The correlation between necessity, determinism, cause and effect, and chance, randomness, probability, contingency, is not simply oppositional. It is a complex, layered interdependence. Their relationship is fundamental to understanding everything from the universe's origins to daily life. Here's a breakdown of the key correlations and how they interact. 1. The classical view. Necessity as primary, chance as illusion. Correlation, negative inverse. In this view, famously articulated by thinkers like Laplace, chance is merely a measure of our ignorance. If we knew the precise position and velocity of every particle in the universe, a Laplace demon, every event would be perfectly predictable and necessary. Chance is an epistemological gap, not an ontological reality. Example, a random dice roll is, in theory, perfectly determined by the laws of physics, force, angle, air resistance, surface friction. We call it chance because we lack the information to calculate the outcome. 2. The modern scientific view, intertwined and hierarchical. This is where the correlation becomes deep and fascinating. Modern science reveals that necessity and chance operate at different levels, often in a nested hierarchy. Correlation, framework and filler. Necessity, laws, creates the stage and rules. Chance, random events, provides the actors and plot twists. Necessity, laws of physics, chemistry. These are the non-negotiable rules. Gravity will make an apple fall. Thermodynamics dictates how energy flows. Chance, initial conditions and quantum events where and when the apple falls, or which specific path a chemical reaction takes, is often governed by random initial conditions or quantum fluctuations. Example, evolution. This is the quintessential model. Necessity, natural selection is a necessary, deterministic process. Traits that enhance survival and reproduction will become more common. Chance, genetic mutations, caused by quantum-level errors or random environmental damage, and unpredictable environmental changes, meteor strikes, climate shifts, provide the raw, random material upon which necessity acts. 4. The human and social realm, the space for agency. 4. The human and social realm, the space for agency. This is where the philosophical correlation is most debated. Correlation, constraint and opportunity. Opportunity. Necessity provides the constraints, biological needs, economic forces, historical path dependency, social structures. You must eat. You are born into a specific culture and time period. Chance provides the opportunities and disruptions, a chance meeting, a random job posting, an unexpected inheritance, a natural disaster. Human agency operates in the space between them. We use reason and choice, a form of guided necessity based on our goals, to navigate and exploit the random events thrown at us by chance. We try to impose a narrative of necessity, plans, careers, on a world full of contingency. A visual metaphor, the river and the rocks. Necessity is the flow of the river, gravity, water pressure. It determines the overall direction and power. Chance is the arrangement of the rocks in the riverbed, set by random geological events. The actual path of the water, the specific swirls, eddies, and whitewater is the correlation. It is the unique, unpredictable, yet law-governed result of a necessary force interacting with a random structure. The core correlations. 1. Generative correlation. Chance supplies the variance, necessity selects the outcomes. Evolution, innovation, cosmology. 2. Amplifying correlation. necessity can magnify infinitesimal chance into macroscopic difference. Chaos theory, history's turning points. 3. Epistemological correlation. What we perceive as chance is often the intersection of multiple chains of necessity too complex for us to trace. A car accident. 4. Existential correlation. Necessity defines the boundaries of our existence. Chance fills its content with surprise and unpredictability, making life neither completely predetermined nor purely random, but a structured improvisation. Ultimately, the most powerful modern models, from evolutionary biology to quantum mechanics to economics, show that reality is not a battle between necessity and chance, but a product of their constant and inextricable dialogue. 1. The foundational principle, unity and interpenetration of opposites. Dialectical materialism views necessity and chance as a dialectical pair, opposites that presuppose, penetrate, and transform into one another within the process of material development. Necessity arises from the internal contradictions inherent in all things. It refers to the inevitable, lawful development determined by an object's essence and its material conditions. Example: the necessity of a seed to grow into a plant, given soil, water, sunlight, arises from its internal biological laws interacting with its environment. Chance arises from the crossing of multiple causal chains and external conditions. It is the form in which necessity realizes itself, influenced by countless contingent factors. Example: whether that seed is planted in fertile or poor soil, or is stepped on by an animal, is contingent, a result of intersecting causal lines. Thus, chance is the manifestation of necessity, and necessity operates through chance. They are not separate realms but two aspects of the same material process. 2. Chance as the complement and form of expression of necessity. Engels famously wrote, "Chance is only the complement of necessity, the form in which necessity expresses itself." In other words, necessity, the general, lawful trend, can only realize itself through countless chance events, the particular, contingent circumstances. There is no pure necessity existing apart from the accidental conditions of the material world. Historical example: the necessity of the transition from feudalism to capitalism in Europe was realized through chance events like specific revolutions, discoveries, or individual actions, e.g., the meeting of Cortés and Malinche in the conquest of the Aztecs. 3. The dialectical relationship in historical materialism. In the Marxist view of history, historical materialism, this is especially clear. Necessity equals the long-term, lawful development of productive forces and class struggle shaping socio-economic formations, slavery, feudalism, capitalism, socialism. Chance equals the particular events, personalities, battles, cultural developments, and natural conditions that shape how and when these transitions occur. 4. The rejection of mechanistic determinism and idealist randomness. Dialectical materialism critiques two one-sided views. Mechanistic determinism, Laplace demon sees chance as an illusion born of ignorance. This denies the objective reality of contingency in a complex, interconnected material world. Idealist randomness, pure indeterminism, treats chance as absolute, denying underlying lawful necessities. This leads to a view of history and nature as chaotic and without pattern. Instead, dialectical materialism holds, necessity is statistical and tendencies-based, not absolute and Newtonian. Chance is objective, not subjective. It arises from the material interactions of countless factors. 5. The role of contradiction. At the core of this correlation is contradiction. Internal contradictions within a system, e.g., class struggle in capitalism, create the necessity for change. External conditions and intersecting processes introduce chance elements that influence how these contradictions resolve. Example: in revolution, The necessity of proletarian revolution arises from capitalism's internal contradictions. But the chance events, a war, an economic crisis, the charisma of a leader determine the exact time, place, and form it takes. 6. Practical implications. Human agency and revolution. This dialectical understanding has crucial implications for practice. Recognizing necessity allows revolutionaries to understand historical trends and act in accordance with objective laws. Recognizing chance allows for tactical flexibility, seizing opportunities, the revolutionary situation, and adapting to concrete conditions. Thus, freedom in the Marxist sense is not the absence of necessity, but the recognition of necessity, Engels Hegel, and the capacity to act within and through contingent circumstances toward conscious goals. A concrete illustration, evolution, from a dialectical materialist view, necessity. Natural selection operates as a necessary law. Organisms better adapted to their environment will tend to survive and reproduce. Chance, genetic mutations, random at the individual level, and environmental changes provide the raw material on which selection acts. Dialectical correlation, the necessity of adaptation acts through the chance of mutations. The general direction of evolution, increased complexity under certain conditions, is necessary, but the specific pathways are contingent. Necessity and chance are dialectically united. Necessity provides the general direction determined by internal laws, while chance provides the particular, contingent circumstances through which that necessity is realized in the material world. One cannot exist without the other in the process of material development. This framework empowers a worldview that is neither fatalistic, only necessity, nor nihilistic, only chance, but scientifically grounded and strategically agile, seeing history and nature as a process of lawful development rich with contingent possibilities.